Hello, everybody. Hope y'all day is going well. Sorry for the rant and Aries reading, but the energy was just disgusting. Really disgusting in Aries reading. So hopefully the energy of this next reading won't be so bad, but we'll see what comes out. Please like, share, and subscribe. Any donations to be sent to the information in the description box, as well as if anybody would like to have a vent session, that information is also in the description box. I'm going to shuffle these cards up, then we going to get into it. As I've been doing the readings lately, it's been sign readings. Whoever come out during the shuffle, that's who I will do a reading on. Or that will be the sign that I will do a reading on. Shuffle these one more time, then we're going to get into it. Like I said, please like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's get it. What sign could this reading be for, Spirit? What sign could this reading be for? What sign? Let's see. So we got Virgo energy, so this could be for a Virgo. So Virgo, you get in the reverse. So you could be lonely at this time. You could be paranoid. You could be withdrawn from people, places, and things. You could be antisocial, and you could be in restriction or feeling like you're restricted. Or this could be how people see you, Virgo. They could see you as being lonely at this time and being paranoid. And that's why you are withdrawn. So these restrictions could be due to others around you, or people could feel like you wanting to be alone, you wanting to be antisocial or withdrawn is why you are restricted. All right. For the sign of Virgo, Spirit, for the sign of Virgo, may I please have the messages for the sign of Virgo? All right, so we got independence and wealth, also Virgo energy. And you could be male or female. You could have a lack of independence. You could be unstable. You could have a lack of security. And you could have reckless consumption at this time. Or like I said, this could be how people view you. This could be a community of people that are just a bunch of unhappy families. Or you could be in an unhappy family with the Aries energy. So there could be a postponed or canceled reunion that you were supposed to have with the Aries, or a family that you have with the Aries. You could have been running away from home, running away from this community of unhappy families. So where these people thought that they would have a reunion with you, Virgo, it's actually being canceled because you could have ran away from the situation, ran away from your family, or ran away from this community of people that views themselves as a family, but they're all unhappy. You view this situation or these people as unhappy, so you don't want to be around them. So you are lonely at this time by choice. You're withdrawn, antisocial, because you don't want to deal with a bunch of unhappy people. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, also Virgo energy. So you could be a mature, grounded woman, or you could be a businessman. You could have a high social status. You could be a social butterfly. You could be generous, loyal, prosperous in your finances. And you could be independent, wealthy, or luxurious. Or you could just have an abundant energy, Virgo. And this could be why these your family or these community of people, if this is your family working with a community of people, they love to be around you or want to be around you because you hold this abundant energy of this Queen of Pentacles. But like I said, you don't want to be involved with any unhappy situations or any situations or people that make you unhappy, so you could be withdrawn at this time. These people could have wanted you to have a lack of independence. They didn't want you to be in this abundant energy or have this abundant energy. They didn't want you to be independent, have any stability or security. They wanted you to have a reckless consumption. And then we have the Death in the reverse, Scorpio energy. Now you could have a Scorpio that's in this community or family of people, or you could have Scorpio in your chart. So like I said, they could have wanted you to have an inability to move forward. They could have had negative patterns on repeat, resistant to change, and dependence on your abundant energy. So they wanted to bring a death to you because you hold this abundant energy, and they viewed you as this Queen of Pentacles in the upright. But like I said, they could have wanted you to be in the reverse instead of in the upright. They didn't want you to be independent or wealthy because they wanted this for themselves. So they could have thought that by bringing a death to you, that they could hold this energy or have your energy for themselves so they could be independent, wealthy. Any more for Virgo? So we got graduation day. So Virgo, you could have graduated. You could have graduated from this lack of independence, stability, and security, having reckless consumption. You could have leveled up. You could have learned lessons when it came to dealing with a certain community or a family of people that were unhappy, trying to keep you stuck in this unhappy family, community, situation, whatever it is. You could have learned your lessons from these people, or what they wanted you in or wanted you to have or not have. You learned your lesson. You acquired some wisdom while dealing with these people, whether a community of people or your family, or it could have been your family working with a community of people that is just unhappy. These people are all unhappy because they don't hold the abundant energy that you hold, Virgo. Any more for this Virgo reading, Spirit? Any more? And we have skirt. So, like I said, you could have ran away from this situation, ran away from these people. You could have took a quick getaway. You could be the runner in the situation, escaping these people, escaping this community, escaping what they wanted for you, like I said. Any more for this Virgo reading? Any more for Virgo? Then we got black sheep. So you could be the black sheep when it comes to this family or this community, or you could be viewed as such. You could be rebelling against this family or community. You could be going against their expectations, and you could be defying norms. So you could be doing something that these people are against, like I said. But whatever this is, it could bring you some abundance, make you this Queen of Pentacles in the upright. But these people want you to be unhappy like them, want you to lack independence like them, be unstable, have no security just like them. But because you decided to be this black sheep, or because you were this black sheep, you decided to defy norms and go out on your own journey, on your own path, and that has caused you to graduate and learn lessons so that you could level up in life and not be what these people wanted you to be. Or and then we have paranoid. So like I said, these people could wanted you to be viewed as you were just paranoid, or someone could be paranoid in your energy, trying to be cautious. They could be insecure. this time. They could be guarded against you, Virgo, or they could have wanted you to be this way. They wanted you to be paranoid about everything that was going on in your life, or paranoid against people. They wanted you to be very cautious of who you deal with or what you do in life. They wanted you to be insecure and guarded all the time. And then we have detectives. So there could be a detective watching, or someone who is insecure could have been playing detective life, snooping, digging for dirt on you and trying to accuse you of something, Virgo. So maybe they were trying to accuse you of being insecure, you being guarded, and you doing things that you shouldn't have been doing. They could have tried to accuse you for having reckless consumption of some sort anymore for the sign of Virgo. And we have harmony. So you could be headed towards harmony at this time. You could be headed towards balance. You could have peace and happiness after there was a detective that found out the truth in the situation, after they snooped around and tried to dig for dirt, but realized there isn't any dirt to dig on you, so they couldn't accuse you of what these people were trying to accuse you of. So now you could be stepping into a place of harmony because you learned your lesson in the situation. People, this community of people, your family that work with these community of people, could have tried to make it seem like you weren't learning your lessons when it came to certain things. So they could have tried to have you in the reverse and tried to make it seem like you were the reason that you were in the reverse when it was them. Then we have machismo. Masculine pride, toxic masculinity, meeting manly expectations. So there could have been a man who was toxic in your energy, wanting you to deal with something that they wanted you to deal with. They wanted you to meet their expectations. They could have been very extra in your energy. This is a clown, though. Whoever this man is a clown. They want to act like they're masculine, but they're very prideful. They're very dramatic, and they could have tried to start things with you, Virgo. Maybe they could have tried to come off extra and make it seem like you were trying to start something with them. You know what? Let me see who this could be. Now, this could be Aries or a Scorpio, as we have so far. That's a toxic masculine. Now, like I said, they could be a part of your family, or they could just be a part of a community that you were either once a part of, or just a community of people that see you in a different light. And then we have moving on in the reverse. This could be a Pisces. So there could be a Pisces who's stagnant at this time, very monotonous, and they don't want to accept your destiny. So they could have had a problem with your destiny. So because of this problem that they had with your destiny, they wanted you to have a lack of independence, a lack of stability and security, and wanted you to recklessly consume because they didn't want to accept whatever your destiny was. So they wanted you to have the inability to move forward, and they could have done this by doing negative patterns, or trying to put you through negative patterns, or keep you in negative patterns on repeat. They didn't want to change when it came to doing this. They could have had help from your family as well as a community of people to do this. So they didn't want you to graduate. They didn't want you to learn any lessons, because they wanted you to keep dealing with their toxic ass and whoever else that was toxic coming towards you. They wanted you to just deal with toxic people and situations. And that's probably why you decided to stay by yourself, withdraw from people, and become antisocial. Because like I said, you didn't want any part of these unhappy families. You didn't want to be in an unhappy family. I don't know if this Pisces is someone that you have a family with. They could have Aries in their chart, or like I said, you could be in a family with the Aries that's unhappy. Whoever these people are a part of your family, it is a very unhappy situation. So you could have an Aries, Scorpio, and a Pisces a part of your family, and they just make it very unhappy. These people are very hard to deal with because they are toxic. Any more for the sign of Virgo? Then we got Scorpio again. So we got the Knight of Cups and the reverse Scorpio energy. Like I said, they could have been wanting to come in with unrequited love. Like I said, this could be sad people around you. They could be sad, very unhappy, and wanting to drag you down, pull you down in the same energy, because you hold abundant energy and you're normally a social butterfly. You're very loyal, very generous, and they didn't want you to be this. They wanted you to be just like them, unhappy, sad. Whoever the Scorpio was, they were a manipulator. They indulge in one night stands, so they could have wanted a one night stand with you, Virgo. This is someone who cheats on their partner, so they wanted to cheat with you when it came to a one night stand. Now, I don't know if this Pisces could have tried to send them in to have this one night stand with you, to cheat with you, because they didn't want you. They didn't want to accept your destiny. They didn't want you to learn your lessons and move on from these toxic situations, like I said. So they could have worked with this Scorpio energy to try to send them in to have this one night stand with you, to make it seem like you didn't learn your lesson. Any more for the sign of Virgo? So we got voodoo doll. So whoever this Scorpio is or this Pisces, they could have a voodoo doll on you, Virgo. So they could be working heavy magic on you, doing things to this voodoo doll to try to get you in a toxic energy, or get you in an energy to where you would go for having this one night stand with this Scorpio energy, who's a cheater, who's a manipulator, who's going to come in and give you unrequited love. So they don't want you to have love. They want nothing but toxic people just like them. So whoever this Pisces is, they want you to have nothing but toxic people just like them come in. People that, men that are very prideful, very lustful, cheaters, someone or people that's not really going to come in and love on you. So they have a voodoo doll on you. And they could be managing this voodoo doll every day. They could be doing something to this voodoo doll to try to bring a death to you, to try to make you have the inability to move forward. So they could be doing things trying to like impair you in some sort of way, try to bring you pain. So whatever they're doing to this voodoo doll, they want it to actually happen to you so that you will have the inability to move forward. And then we have August. So something significant could have happened in August, or they could have been managing this voodoo doll since August of any year, or something significant could be happening in August of this year. Then we have divine masculine. So maybe they don't want you to come into contact with a divine masculine, someone that you're going to be meeting in the month of August. So they wanted this Scorpio, this manipulator, this cheater to come in before this divine masculine comes in the month of August. And then we got karmic sister. So your karmic sister could have been involved in this, or your karmic sister could have planned to deal with your divine masculine before you got to this person, or before this person got to you. Now, this could have been all a plan or plot for them to do for them to have your karmic sister deal with your divine masculine. So they were trying to stop. You guys is on both sides. So they tried to stop this divine masculine from coming towards you by sending this karmic sister towards them to deal with them, while they were trying to send you, or send this Scorpio, this cheater, this manipulator in towards you. So they were trying to distract both of you on both ends, but you guys still could be coming together in the month of August. Or like I said, they could have been trying to do this before the month of August. And then we have black SUV. So someone could drive a black SUV who's around you. This person could be 45, Virgo, or Virgo, you could be 45 and you could drive a black SUV. Or there could be someone, this Scorpio could be 45 and they could drive a black SUV. Someone does. And then we have the name Paige, could be significant. And then we have multiple baby moms. So whoever this person is who drives this black SUV, who's the age of 45, they could have multiple baby moms. Like I said, I don't know, this could be a Scorpio who this is. That's the age of 45. Or since we got August out here, this could be a Leo or another Virgo that's around you, or that's a divine masculine. This could be a divine masculine of yours who's a Leo, or another Virgo who's the age of 45, drives a black SUV but has multiple baby moms. And we have has a distinct laugh. So Virgo, you could have a distinct laugh, or this person could. And then we have widow. So you could be a widow, Virgo, or this person could be a widow. This Leo or this other Virgo, that's your divine masculine, they could be widowed. Any more for the sign of Virgo? For the sign of Virgo, Spirit, may I please have the messages for the sign of Virgo? Then we have medical assistant. So they could have been dealing with a medical assistant who they are now widowed by. Now, if this person's mate didn't pass away, who this medical assistant is, it could be them who passed away, your divine masculine, or they will be passing away in the month of August as well. I don't know. So this medical assistant that they've been dealing with could be widowed or be a widow once this happens. And then we have Revere, could be significant. So they could have been dealing with someone with the name Revere. This could be a last name, a part of their name, but they could be a medical assistant, someone who they are dealing with. And we all know Revere is normally a Spanish name, so they could have been dealing with someone who is of Spanish descent. Then we have Lena, could be significant, and a chef. So something could have to do with a chef. So either a chef could have done something to this divine masculine to get them out of here. They could have put something in their food. This medical assistant could have given this chef something to put something in this divine masculine's food. Or this divine masculine could have gotten this chef to put something in his medical assistant food. Whoever it is that became the widow is the one that orchestrated for this chef to do something to someone's food. And then we have cousin. So someone's cousin could be involved, or this chef could be someone's cousin. So whoever orchestrated or told this person to put something in their spouse's food, they could be their cousin. So they have their chef as their cousin. And then we have photo shoots. So this could be someone who does photo shoots, or something could have happened at a photo shoot. Maybe during this photo shoot, someone put something in your food, Virgo. Any more? Damn. And we have covering up lies by putting you through a lot. So someone could have been trying to cover this up, that they've been putting something in your food, Virgo, or this Leo's food, or this medical assistance food. You know how it resonates for you, but they could have been covering this up by putting you through a lot, that they were trying to put stuff in your food to try and bring a death to you. And then we have blogger, but obviously this didn't happen because you are still here. If they were trying to do this to you, Virgo, or trying to do this to someone else, they could still be here. So they could have thought that they were going to be a widow because of what they were doing, but it didn't quite happen the way they thought they would. Then we have a blogger that's involved. Someone could be blogging about this, or they could be blogging about you, Virgo. Any more for the sign of Virgo? Then we got college parties. So someone could like to go to college parties. This could be this medical assistant. So someone could be dealing with someone who is fairly young, someone who's still in college. They could be in college to become this medical assistant. Any more for the sign of Virgo? Spirit for the sign of Virgo. For the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo, you could be an older woman. So while someone was dealing with a younger woman, you could be an older woman. And then we have wants to involve you in their poly relationship. So someone could wanted you a part of their poly relationship. So because they're young, wild, and free, someone who's in college, maybe they party a lot, because we all know during college, you party a lot. So this person could like to party a lot, indulge in certain activities, and you could be an older woman. Like I said, you could have learned your lessons from dealing with the toxicity and things of that such. But whoever this other woman that this divine masculine was dealing with was much younger than you, and you could be this older woman. So this younger woman that they're dealing with, they could like poly situations. They could like to let their man do whatever they want to do to keep their man. So they could have wanted you a part of their poly relationship. And these people could just be upset, unhappy, sad, because they couldn't manipulate you into having one night stands continuously, into cheating, into being in poly relationships. Like I said, you graduated from all this toxicity and you learned your lesson. And you chose to follow your destiny, and people are mad because you chose to follow your destiny and not do the same things that these people were doing. You chose not to involve yourself in this lower level energy and activities. So these people are upset that you chose to withdraw yourself, choose to be antisocial, be lonely, and restrict yourself from the things that these people are doing or wanting you to do. And then we have wine and dine. So someone could be trying to come in and wine and dine you. They could want to come in and act like they want to courtship with you and consistently date you. It could be trying to come your way, being very romantic, very passionate, saying that they have a lot of passion for you, Virgo, because they could see that you're getting a lucky break, or you could be coming into a lucky break. You could be getting some sort of good fortune. Like I said, you could be this Queen of Pentacles in the upright, even after them trying to have you in this reverse energy, having a lack of independence, stability, and security. You can now be getting this lucky break after having this graduation day, learning your lesson from dealing with people like this. You could be leveling up and using your wisdom at this time. Like I said, and good fortune could be coming your way. Good things could be coming. You could be at a turning point in your life. So someone could be trying to come in and wine and dine you before this lucky break. Or, like I said, if this is a divine masculine, they could be coming your way trying to wine and dine you and courtship you. So this could be one of the things that you're getting that's good, that could be turning in your favor for you to actually get someone who wants to courtship you and consistently date you and not just cheat on you and have a one-night stand with you. Any more for the sign of Virgo? For the sign of Virgo. Then we have the cleanse. So you may need to cleanse at this time, Virgo. Detox, rid negativity, and purify yourself of this negativity. Or you could be getting this lucky break because, like I said, you learned your lesson. You could have cleansed yourself. You could have detoxed when it came to negativity, dealing with negative people, dealing with negative situations, and you could have purified yourself from these people, from this community, from your family, from these players that wanted to come in, and these manipulators that just wanted to have one night stands and wanted to have you in a relationship just to cheat on you. These people that just wanted you in a poly relationship, laying down with anybody. You could have purified yourself from this. Any more for the sign of Virgo? For Virgo, Spirit. Any more? And then we got SOS. Distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. So someone could be sending out a SOS at this time, or you could have needed some help, some assistance in a situation, because these people could have had you in distress. So maybe you needed to act with urgency to do something or change something around, or to cleanse yourself or get rid of this negativity or these negative people, and you needed to do this with urgency. But like I said, if not, you could have needed assistance, or someone could be calling out a SOS to this community of people because they realize that you actually cleanse yourself of this community of people that is into poly relationships, into one-night stands, cheating and all that shit. So now they could be sending out the SOS to their community because they view this as something bad, because they're not getting what they want in the situation. They do not want you to have this lucky break, so they're trying to keep you in a cycle right along with them, so they could feel like they need to act with urgency. So someone could be calling for assistance. Like I said, whoever is the main character of this community of people that like to live toxic and unhappy lives, they could be calling out to their community of people wanting assistance on how to deal with you or switch things around before you get this lucky break. And then we have receipts. So there could be a SOS being sent out because there are receipts about what these people have been doing. There's evidence out. These people are guilty as charged and they're being exposed. So they could be sending out the SOS because they could have thought that they covered all their tracks, but they could have left some evidence behind, left some receipts behind, and that is what's getting them exposed. So these people could be in a panic. They could be in distress, trying to act with urgency, trying to send somebody into you with urgency. Because like I said, whoever your divine masculine is, they could be coming in the month of August. So they could be trying to do something before August hits, or you could be having this lucky break in the month of August. So they could be trying to do this before August hits, because they don't want you to have this lover nor this lucky break of good fortune. And then we have Virginia. So someone could be in Virginia, traveling to or from Virginia, that's involved. They could be trying to send in this Scorpio from Virginia, who's this manipulator, who want to have a one-night stand with you. So they could be trying to act with urgency on that situation, on getting this person to you. Then we have looking for comfort from other females when things are going bad with y'all. So if this is someone that you once deal with that's from Virginia, lives in Virginia, they was with you, but when things were bad with you guys, they were looking for comfort from other females. So they brought other parties into the relationship that could have messed with the relationship. And then we have expects too much. So this could have been someone that expected way too much, whether from you or just people in general, because they are someone who gives unrequited love. They could be sad all the time. They could be a manipulator, like I said, and they like to indulge in one-night stands. They're a cheater, but they expect too much from people when they can't even give what they're expecting to get. Make it make sense. Then we have plain Jane. So Virgo, you could be a plain Jane, or someone could feel like you expect too much to be a plain Jane. So they feel like you being a plain Jane, you shouldn't be expecting too much. And then we have popping pills. So this could be someone who likes to pop pills, or someone could be popping pills right now. This could be a Sagittarius female who is popping pills right now. And they could feel like you're a plain Jane that expects too much. So they could be calling this SOS. They could be in distress, trying to act with urgency. And we have scared to approach you. So whoever this Sagittarius female is that's involved in all this, they could be scared to approach you, Virgo. And then we have Pennsylvania. So Virgo, you could be from Pennsylvania. Then we have traveled nearby to do death spells on you. And then we have acres and land. So whoever this Sagittarius female is, they could have traveled nearby you to do death spells on you, because you could have some acres and land left to you. That could be a part of this lucky break and good fortune as well, that these people know that's hit towards you. And this Sagittarius female was sent in to travel nearby you to do death spells on you, because they don't want you to receive anything good in your life. Like I said, they want to bring a complete death to you so that you have the inability to move forward. And then we have in love with their family member. So whoever this Sagittarius female is, they could be in love with their family member. Then we have the month of July. So something could be happening now. So maybe this Sagittarius female is trying to approach you in the month of July now, Virgo. Now, if you are this Sagittarius female family member, they could be in love with you, Virgo. And then we have a Cancer female. So a Cancer female could be around you at this time, or they could be involved in some way, or they could be trying to do something in the month of July, or they could have been helping this Sagittarius female do death spells on you, or this Cancer female that's involved with this community helping this Sagittarius female. They could be in love with their family member, or you're just dealing with a lot of toxic motherfuckers that like to be in love with their family members because they just that damn toxic. They just into a lot of toxic shit. And one of the things could be them being in love with their family members. So they could like to deal with incest, and they like that shit. And then we have light-skinned, slender male. So this Cancer female could be in love with their family member who's a light-skinned, slender male. Any more for the sign of Virgo? And we have issuing fake documents. So this Cancer or this light-skinned, slender male, they could be issuing fake documents of some sort. Like I said, these people could be acting with urgency, trying to do any and everything so you don't receive this lucky break, Virgo. So they could be issuing out some fake documents. I don't know who to, but they're issuing out some fake documents, and maybe this is a form of trying to stop you from getting something, or to alter something, or make it to where you have the inability to move forward due to whatever these fake documents that they issued out. This Cancer female. Anymore. And we got 2 kids. So this Cancer female could have 2 kids. They could have issued out fake documents in regards to the 2 kids that they have. So maybe, Virgo, you and this Sagittarius female could be this Cancer's female, 2 kids. And you guys could have been created by incest. So this Cancer female could have been dealing with a light-skinned, slender male who is in their family. And this could have resulted in them having 2 kids, which is you and this Sagittarius female, Virgo. And it's all because they were in love with their family member. Any more? Any more for the sign of Virgo? Any more for the sign of Virgo? Then we got Aries. So Aries could be involved. Or this could be an Aries issuing these fake documents when it came to 2 kids of theirs. So it could be a Cancer female and an Aries who's light-skinned, who's a light-skinned, slender male that's been dealing with each other in the family, like I said. And this is why this is an unhappy family, because they could be holding a secret in regards to incest. Hey, yo, I'm just these readings today, yo. Whoa. This is why I tell people, just leave me alone, man. Leave me alone, because you keep attacking me. You just gonna piss me off. And I'm gonna get some major tea. Any more for the sign of Virgo spirit? Then we got the King of Pentacles. This turned on the sideways. I'm going to just take it as the upright. So there could be a Taurus involved. Or, so either this Cancer female, this Aries, or this Taurus could have had something to do with issuing fake documents. But whoever this Taurus is, they could be someone who has security. They could be this King of Pentacles in the upright, a mature, grounded male, successful, wealthy businessman, improves himself, does not like to take risks, empire, prosperity, high status, stability, security, aggressive provider. Now, if not, maybe this is the divine masculine, that they are afraid of coming towards you because you guys both pretty much hold the same energy together. You guys are both in the upright. You guys both are abundant and secure. You guys both have a high social status, and maybe this is the person that they don't want you to come into contact with. Any more for the sign of Virgo? Whoa. And then we got patience in the upright, also Virgo energy. So Virgo, you could have needed to remain patient in regards to getting this lucky break. You could have recently gotten a new job, or headed for self-employment, or been working on self-employment. You could have been trying to establish your business, a trade, or build your reputation when it came to business that you were working on, a craft of some sort. But you could have wanted to bring nothing but quality into this business, become a master. Um, but you were hard working at this, very committed and very dedicated, but you needed patience in the situation because it could have taken you a while to get to a certain point or to build this business up. Now, you could have wanted this business to become your new job, so you could have been looking for a new job while building this business because it wasn't coming quick enough. And then we have culmination in the upright. This is the final stage of something. Also Virgo energy. So you could be in the final stages of something, Virgo, after putting in this hard work, this dedication, becoming an expert or a master at your craft. So you could be getting some sort of unexpected financial income. Like I said, this lucky break is on the horizon. So you could be getting a lump sum. You could be getting wills, deeds. Like I said, you had acres and land out here that was left to you that someone could have been issuing fake documents about, coming to do death spells on you because they didn't want you to receive this. So maybe they could have issued fake documents to someone else so that someone else could gain access to this. Or they could have tried to send you fake documents so you don't receive everything that you're supposed to receive. But this has to do with deeds, trusts, legacies, solid foundations, privileges, issues of inheritance. So you could have all types of things coming your way because all of this could have been withheld from you because of these people wanting you to remain in a toxic situation or situations. So everything could have been held up. So once you get this lucky break, there could be multiple things coming into you at once. So you could be gaining profits from this business. Your business could be moving. You could be getting a will, a deed, or deeds. You could have built this solid foundation when it came to your business. So you could be now receiving the rewards or the benefits, the profits from that. You could be getting an inheritance. So not only these acres and land, you could be getting some sort of money attached to it as well. And this is why these people want to bring a death to you, because they don't want you to receive this. And then we have ended in defeat in the reverse, Gemini energy. So there could have been a Gemini that wanted to end you right along with these people, defeat you. But you could have escaped this destruction. You could have picked yourself back up, got back up from ending or defeated, because at one point in time these people could have ended something for you or felt like they ended you, completely defeated you, but you ended up getting back up from this and you learned from the difficulties of the past. So they could have put you through something repetitively, and because they put you through something repetitively, you were able to learn and get yourself back up because you learned from those difficulties of the past. So you pulled yourself back out of what it was that they were sending your way, these death spells. And then we have outpouring, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, water sign energy. So this water sign, or these water signs, because we did pull all water signs in this reading, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So these water signs, all of them, could be in grief right now. They could be in pain. They could have hidden love for you, Virgo. They could have repressed emotions when it comes to you, Virgo. But they could be someone who's infertile. So there could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces who's infertile right now. They could be in grief because they could have had a miscarriage as well. So they could be crying right now, heavily in their emotions, because they could have lost a child through trying to do this to you. So this could be a backfire for one of these water signs that was pregnant. They could have lost their child. Maybe they tried to get you to lose a child, or because they were involved with doing death magic on you or death spells on you, it returned to them and they ended up losing a child. So like I said, if this Cancer female was working with this Sagittarius female to travel nearby you to do death spells and they were pregnant, they end up losing this child because they wanted you to have a death and it came to them instead, because they weren't supposed to be doing it to you anyway. Now hold on, let me plug my phone up for this phone. I got a lot more cards for the And then we have the Page of Wands and the upright Sagittarius energy. So there could be a Sagittarius coming in trying to bring you good news. That's probably why they are scared to approach you, as we did have scared to approach you come out right along with Sagittarius female. So this Sagittarius female could be scared to approach you and bring you some sort of news, Virgo, and this could be news about something that is for you or that you should have been had. But this is good news, swift news. They could be trying to come in swiftly. This could be a letter of some sort. This could be a phone call. Your reputation could be getting cleared through whatever this is. Like I said before, if these people try to issue out any fake documents, they realize that they have to do the right thing. So whatever the real documents is, it could clear your reputation, because at one point your reputation could have been altered or bad because of what these fake documents said. But you could be feeling refreshed, cheerful, childlike, fun to play with, active, optimistic. You could be full of energy after receiving this news, receiving this phone call or this letter. It could be giving you a bright idea. You could have new excitement, plans, and creativity. But this Sagittarius could be very enthused about doing this. Maybe they feel like this is a good will that they will be doing. And then we have conflict in the upright Leo energy. So there could be a Leo that's in some sort of conflict with people at this time. They could be battling with people, arguing with people about this news that's being brought to you, or because they could have believed in the news, the fake documents. They could be arguing with people, disagreeing with people, fighting with people, being very aggressive and temperamental. There could be egos that are clashing with whoever these people are that they are fighting with, because like I said, they could have believed in whatever the news of the fake documents was. But now that these real documents are, that is coming in with the good news that could clear your reputation, this Leo energy is feeling fooled. So they could be in conflict with people over this. They could be feeling very defensive and territorial because they brought them confusion. And then we have rest in the reverse, Libra energy. Virgo, you could have Libra in your charts, or there could be a Libra involved that is looking for spiritual strength. They could be involved in this conflict, or they could have tried to involve you in this conflict because of the fake documents that was issued, that these people thought they knew about you. So they could have tried to bring you a lot of conflict, and you were looking for spiritual strength. you needed to have an awakening, or you had an awakening through having spiritual strength and trying to rejoin the world. So maybe at this time you could be looking for the spiritual strength so that you could rejoin the world. Maybe you needed to have a awakening, or you could have went through multiple awakenings when battling with these people when it came to your beliefs. And then we have the Knight of Swords reverse, Aquarius energy. So there could be Aquarius in your energy, Virgo, that's feeling like they missed the opportunity with you, or missed the opportunity to do something. They could feel like they're out of your control. They could feel left behind by you. So they could be being very rude to you or rude to people, and very hurtful. So they could have done hurtful things to you or said hurtful things to you or about you because they feel like you left them behind and they missed the opportunity with you. And then we have the Empress in the reverse. So there could be a Taurus female who this Empress in the reverse, who is insecure, infertile. They have a lack of self-confidence, a lack of growth. They could be domineering and be very emotional at this time. Whoever this Empress in the reverse is, I don't know if they're a part of this community or a part of your family, but they were also involved in this. And then we have Dreams in the reverse, Scorpio energy. Once again, Scorpio was out here quite a few times, so they are very significant, or it could just be quite a few Scorpios involved in this situation as well, involved with this community. Some could be of your family, and some could be with this community that your family worked with. But they could be stepping into reality, or needing to come back to reality after gaining clarity, or needing to gain clarity so they could snap back to reality. They could be drinking at this time, which is making their thoughts unclear. So they could be making poor choices because they are a drinker and they like to be intoxicated. But they could be feeling like they have a lack of options and opportunities. So they could feel like their dreams have been crushed for whatever reason. So maybe they thought that they were going to get something out of this. Maybe they thought they were going to live a dream life from being involved in trying to do this to you, Virgo. But they could be snapping back to reality, like I said, and realizing that they made a poor choice, and now they have a lack of options and opportunity. Whereas though they thought if they could have completed this, did this to you, that they would be full of opportunities and options. And then we have the Justice in the reverse, also Libra energy. So these people could have did a lot of injustice to you, Virgo. Tried to give you bad karma in the situation. Like I said, they wanted you to have a lack of independence, security, and stability. They were very dishonest to you, very dishonest about you. Like I said, they've been lying about you. There could have been some fake documents on you that could have ruined your reputation at one point, Virgo. So they were very dishonest and corrupt when doing this. They could have had a lack of responsibility. So these people didn't want to take responsibility for the part that they played in this. So they were just avoiding doing what was right in the situation, avoiding giving you justice, even if some of these people knew what they were doing were wrong, or if they knew that you were innocent in the situation or you were undeserving of this. They still chose to avoid that and still hand you injustice. And then we have fulfillment in the upright. So this Pisces could have wanted wish fulfillment in the situation, or their wishes could have been fulfilled when you were going through the injustice, when you were being treated unfairly. when you were being viewed as a liar, or they were lying on you, when people were being corrupt towards you, this Pisces could have been very fulfilled. So this could have been their wish fulfillment, their fulfillment of their dreams. This could have brought them a lot of happiness. They were very content with this. They could have gotten very creative with trying to do this on repeat. So this gave them positivity. This made them feel positive, optimistic, and satisfied to do this. They felt like they were having success in the situation. Maybe they were getting abundance or some sort of prosperity from achieving having you in a certain situation at one point. This could have made them feel confident because they were getting rewarded for trying to put you in injustice as well. Any more last messages for this Virgo reading? Any last messages for this Virgo reading? Because this is a little long. You know what? I don't know if I should pull these or some more tarot. Let me just pull some tarot. Any last messages for the sign of Virgo, Spirit? Any last messages for the sign of Virgo? So we got the Devil and the upright Capricorn energy. So this Pisces could have been fulfilled with being the devil in your life, Virgo. Or they could have been working with the Capricorn energy, who is also in devil energy. They could suffer from mental health issues. They could have secrets, obsessions, deception, dependency, bondage. So this Pisces and this Capricorn could have tried to bind you, or because this Pisces is of devil energy, like I said, they could have tried to bind you to them. This could be someone who's very materialistic and they indulge in sex, trying to have people powerless, hopeless, and they like to abuse people, like to be violent towards people, and very aggressive. So like I said, this Pisces energy was very fulfilled when they felt like they binded you to them and to this devil energy, because that's the energy that they wanted you to be in, because they didn't want you to receive anything that was good for you. They didn't want you to receive this lucky break. So they wanted you to be tied to them and what they were into. Just dead on that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this reading. Y'all get what it is. So please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Deuces. I holla.